Hello everyone, and welcome to Gander Gardening with Dawn. Today it's in the last half of January, which is not a bad thing. It's nice to see some of January in the rearview mirror. And today I'm going to be checking on my dahlia tubers. I actually dug up these dahlias on October the 28th. And for the very first time on October the 29th, I divided them and I wrapped them individually using the Saran Wrap method because, quite honestly, I had tried a number of different methods of storing dahlias over the winter, and I didn't have a great deal of luck. I, in fact, lost more than I was able to get through the winter. So this is the first time I'm trying the Saran Wrap method, and where I have to store mine, we have a garage that's part of our home, and we keep it about between 5 and 10 degrees Celsius. I'm not exactly sure what that is in Fahrenheit. I think that's somewhere between about maybe 40 and 50 Fahrenheit, somewhere in that range. I'm not exactly sure. But in any case, it's fairly cool and it's fairly moist because the garage door is going up and down quite frequently, and a lot of moisture comes in from outside because you may be able to see through the windows here that we have some snow down. We get a lot of rain and snow, so usually the humidity is fairly high over the winter. So I'm hoping that they're in good order. I did check them before Christmas. I would think it was about the middle of December. And speaking of middle, right now it's about halfway between when I dug them up in late October and when I'll be planting them indoors. I always start them indoors around late March or early April. And I know that does seem a bit early, but our growing season here in Newfoundland is fairly short. And so I like to have my dahlias get a really good head start. And I put them under grow lights or in a very bright window. And as soon as the temperature outside in the daytime is somewhere around 7 degrees, once they're growing, I'll put them outside for the day and then inside overnight until I plant them either into containers for the summer or into my garden for the summer. So when I checked in December, they were looking pretty good. So I haven't looked. I'm going to check today and see. Today is October the 28th, and I just spent a couple of hours digging up dahlia tubers and washing them off. And I have them here in my front garden on the driveway in front of our garage to dry out for perhaps 4 to 6 hours, and then I'm going to bring them in and try to separate them. And I'm hopefully going to use the Saran Wrap method this year and save them. But I have 2 Mr. Optimus. They are the ones to the right. And then 2 Cafe au lait with the gigantic thick stems on them right here. These are Cafe au lait. And next to that, I have a lilac bull, 1 lilac bull. And then next to that, I have an Evelyn. This one is called Evelyn with the longer stems on it right here. And then next to that, I have 2 of the Lark's Ebb that grew in my front flower bed. And finally, right here, this is a watercolor dahlia that I grew from seed this year. And this one had beautiful semi-double, I would say, kind of fuchsia red flowers that I really, really loved. So I'm happy to say that when I dug it up, it looks like there are some viable tubers. Now, perhaps I should give you a list of what it is that I have actually stored here before I start to take a good look. This is what I had when I put them away back in very late October. I had 8 Cafe au lait individual tubers, 10 Lark's Ebb, 8 Mr. Optimist, 5 Evelyn, 3 Lilac Bull, and I had 2 of tubers of a dahlia that I had grown from seed. It was watercolor mix, and this was the name of the seed. And this particular dahlia was semi-double, I would say, about 3 inches, 3.5 inches in diameter, the blooms, and it was a beautiful pinky red. And it has no name, of course, but I tried to save 2 tubers of those. So let's see what I have in these boxes. I have lots of paper crumpled up at the top above the saran, and they're looking pretty good. Let me see what this first one might be. I actually wrote on them with a permanent marker the names of each one. And I use lots of, oh wow, this one is looking really good. This one is an Evelyn. I have EVE written on there. And there's actually 2 sections to this tuber, and it's looking fantastic. It feels great. The little tiny one definitely has shriveled a bit, but the larger one feels fantastic. So I'm not going to unwrap them all. So far, every one feels really, really good. I am quite surprised. I'm going to keep going down a little further. Oh, this is the watercolor. These are the 2 that I saved. I'm curious about these from the dahlia that I grew from seed. So I'm going to pull these out and see what I have here, because I'm very curious to see how this one is doing. Oh my gosh, these look really good. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is 2 tubers that are together, and it's the watercolor, and they are looking really good. Well, everyone, in that first box, it was all of my Lark's Ebb, Evelyn, Lilac Bull, and the watercolor that I saved from my own seed that I grew last year. And they are all looking really, really good. I'm quite surprised. So now I'm going to open this second box. This one was on the bottom. Again, lots of brown paper on the top. And this one, in this box, there are only Cafe au lait and Mr. Optimist. And Cafe au lait are my favorites, so I wonder how those are doing. And again, I have them wrapped up very, very carefully here. I'm very pleased so far. Now, I wonder, this is a very large, very fat tuber, quite different than the smaller ones that were in the first box. Okay, I think this is a Mr. Optimist. And it's looking really good. Yep, Mr. O, I have written on the front. Look at that. It's so fat and has dried out a tiny bit, but hardly noticeable. In excellent shape. Excellent shape. Very, very pleased. Okay, this one feels like, looks like a drumstick off a very large chicken or a small turkey. Let me unwrap this one. Goodness. I'll have to reuse all of this plastic because I used a lot. I guess I wanted to be safe rather than sorry. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Cafe au lait. Just look. This is fantastic. Looking really, really healthy. I'm so pleased. I am so very pleased. This Saran Wrap method, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to save your dahlias for the next season, this has been by far the best method that I have used. So far, I have not seen a single bulb that is not viable at this point. And we are, I would think, a little over halfway through the time from when I dug up these and divided them to when I will be planting them. So this method definitely will get an approval rating from me, and I will include on this video some photos of what the dahlias look like when they were in bloom, so you can see the ones that I have saved. And well, I have to say I'm pretty surprised, because I was hoping, but I was a little afraid that the garage was too warm. Like I said, it's we keep it about between 5 and 10 degrees. Of course, it's colder than that outside, and when the door opens, it certainly gets cooler inside. But this method has worked, like fingers crossed that it will continue to work this well until the spring comes, and hopefully I will have a bumper crop of dahlias for next year. So thank you so much for watching this. And yeah, if you grow dahlias, I would say give that Saran Wrap method a try. It seems to be very, very effective.